another friend of the show, has been all up in the news as of late, and we are talking about our friend Pearl. Pearly things. Pearl Davis, a bunch of different names that we know what's going on. But basically, she's blown up so much over the last year. Business Insider just did an article on her. If you can pull that article up, Angel. As Andrew Tate languishes in jail, this article is obviously prior to him being released on house arrest. A new celebrity anti-feminist creator is filling the gap. Unlike him, she's a woman. So we all know that we're a big fan of Pearl.
Right.
Here's some highlights that's going on. So before Tate, it was Kevin Samuels that was sort of the face of the red pill. We all know our friend Rolo. Then it became Tate, Fresh and Fit, obviously over the last handful of years. But Pearl, I remember meeting Pearl a year ago. A year ago this month, she had like 50,000 subscribers. Now she has 1.3 million subscribers and counting, rose to absolute fame because there was a void in the relationship, red pill, dating, manosphere space, and the void was filled by a woman. Also, we have other friends like Ali Drummond, Rebecca, even Janelle, that basically voice their opinions on these types of subjects. But Pearl has proven to be quite the voice and quite the opportunist in this type of category. Here's some of the highlights of what they had to say about the Business Insider article about our friend Pearl, and then also some of the hot water that she's been in. So basically, despite criticism from other creators, Davis told Insider she does not think that she's a misogynist. If you're not familiar with Pearl or Pearly Things, she hosts a show called The Pregame. She's based out of London. She's from Chicago initially. She's making a ton of dough, and she still has her dad managing her money. We talked about that on the show. She's 26 years old. Highlight, 26 years old. Shout out to her. Her YouTube audience has grown 50% in the last 3 months since Tate was detained. Tate's last show was with her and Brittany Renner in London. That was in late December, a couple days before Christmas, a couple days before his arrest, December 29th. She's increasingly been nicknamed the female Andrew Tate, so anyone that's familiar with Pearl understands why, including by critics will consider her the latest celebrity misogynist. She hosts a podcast called The Pregame, where Davis debates and criticizes feminists, praises Tate's teachings, and presents herself as a rare champion for the male point of view. A female defending the male point of view. Unlike Tate, Davis does not consider herself a misogynist. I don't think Tate's necessarily a misogynist. I think you can advocate for male rights and male improvement without disdain for women. There is a balancing act that you can play with that. She, quote unquote, says, I do not hate women. That's what Pearl says. I am a woman. That's kind of ironic right there. Instead, she argued that criticism over her work is the inevitable backlash now that finally there is a form of media that advocates for men. People don't understand this, is that she has a very close relationship with her dad. I think she has 5 brothers that basically she gets along with very well. She's basically just arguing from their point of view. She's basically sick of hearing men get shitted on by feminists and wokesters and liberal agenda, let's say. And she's like, I've got brothers, I've got a good dad. Not all men are a piece of shit. She also says, a lot of you guys out there talking about the women are ready for this, brace for impact, ladies, are shitty wives. She said in a recent video, you don't cook for your man, you belittle him, you nag him all the time, you don't treat him like a man, all right? And you basically disrespect your man. And she asked the question, are Western women typically good wives? You guys let me know. Are Western women still capable of being good wives? I happen to think some are. A lot are located in the Midwest. A lot are located in small towns, little villages, little pueblos out there in New Mexico. Out here in Miami, slim pickings out there. A lot of what we call here for a good time, not a long time type ladies. Unless they, are Natalia Del Valles of the world, where they can, kind of do a balancing act. Yeah, wave to the crowd out there. Basically, she says that unmarried women get pregnant, and it is 99.99% of the woman's fault what happens right there. She grew up in Chicago in a 10-bedroom home. Holy shit, a 10-bedroom home. Her family's got some money. Holy shit. Pearl, you've been hiding that from us for a little while. Her mother was on the board of directors for UN Women USA, and her father was an entrepreneur. Basically, we all know basically what Pearl stands for. She's basically advocating for men in a world where women basically like to call men misogynistic and basically toxic, and some men just want to be men. She says, quote unquote, men are discriminated against in society by the legal system and feminists at large. We all know that women initiate 70 to 80% of divorces. 90% of the time, the courts rule in favor of women. And she basically is just sort of tipping the scales of justice in men's favor. So, responding to claim, Davis told Insider, misogyny is the hatred of women. I don't hate women, nor do I think that she hates women. I think that Pearl is a very necessary voice in a sea of women that are constantly attacking men. And I think that she's very necessary for the world.
I think so too.
If there's anything that we stand for here is that open dialogue, discussion, debate, disagree without being disagreeable. Pearl's been on our show, I don't know, half a dozen times. Here on this stage, back on the old set, she's been on Jedediah, and she's actually genuinely a sweet person.
Yeah.
You know, 26 years old, 26 years young, and there's things that she does well. There's things that she, you know, pisses a lot of people off. She definitely pisses off what she calls, quote unquote, the whales out there, the big girls. Sometimes big girls need loving too. Sometimes they just got to drop a couple LBs. I don't know. I said it, but she's out there. But I'm not going to just be singing all of Pearl's praises because she has come into some hot water recently. I don't know if you've seen the situation that she was in where she hosted the white supremacist known as Nick Fuentes on a couple shows, and she's catching some backlash for that. So we're going to play a couple of those clips, let you decide for yourself, and then we can kind of give our 2 cents at the end of watching these clips. So here's the first clip, where she's talking with Nick Fuentes about blacks, Jews, slavery, anti-Semitism, and all the topics that basically nobody ever gets upset about. So play that first clip if you can. It's is that the right clip?
Yeah, that's the first one.
It's the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holocaust was not special, and all countries have done that.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so you're saying, why is the Holocaust special?
Yeah, basically.
Oh. Okay, what do you mean, basically?
Well, yeah, I mean, because of course, you know, we're getting into the details of it, but yeah, that's the gist.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of deny it happened.
Yeah, I deny some of the parts of
You
it.
deny parts of it don't seem realistic to you. You
Right.
think they're embellished upon.
I think they're embellished. Yeah.
The same way. This sounds. Oh gosh.
Oh boy.
They're gonna
You're
be
gonna
in
get
trouble.
yourself
This
canceled.
sounds similar to the slavery stuff too, because that's literally the founder of, or the guy who made Roots said, I wanted a myth for my people to live by. So they often, but that's what they do, is they embellish. And I'm not trying to say it wasn't horrible, it was.
Right.
But they want to make it like more horrible so that they can control people.
Okay, next clip right there. So basically, you know, Pearl is dipping her toes in the water, sitting down with a anti-Semitic, Holocaust denier, white supremacist, white nationalist, Nick Fuentes, and just trying to have a casual conversation with someone who is basically denying the atrocities of the Holocaust. 6 million Jews were killed. I had family members that were killed. I've been to the Holocaust Museum. The Holocaust Museum in Miami is literally across the street from my house in Miami. You know, the building with the big hand out there. And everyone is entitled to her opinion these days. Nothing like a 24-year-old American who knows nothing about the Holocaust to weigh in that he thinks the atrocities of the Holocaust were a little overblown. There are concentration camps in Bucharest, in Auschwitz, all over Poland, all over Germany, littered with the dead bodies of Jews and gypsies and handicapped people and basically people who went against Adolf Hitler and that'll never be heard from or seen again. But Nick Fuentes has an opinion that I doesn't think it was that bad. So You know, they say that when you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. These are the prizes that you win when you sit down with someone like Nick Fuentes. Let's go to the next clip.
And, you know,
I don't.
Wow.
I really don't. I don't wish luck to racists.
Oh, I'm not racist.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are, Nick.
Yeah, I am a little bit
Yeah,
racist,
I know.
but
Yeah, I am a little
it's
bit
not because I
racist.
hate people. I love people. It's just race is real. Race is real. Race is a part of us. So, hey, it is what it is.
And the Italians, we do not claim you.
Oh, hey, the Italians don't claim you. You're the one dating a black guy. The Italians don't claim me. They don't claim you.
Oh no, they claim me. They claim me.
I don't think so.
They do.
Italian guys, yeah.
Italians,
Tell an
we're
Italian
big-
guy
we're big
about your
lovers.
affinity for black guys. That'll go over real well.
Good one, Nick.
Maybe some Braciole. There's some Italian
No,
for
but
you.
I will make my black boyfriend some of that.
Ugh, wow. You don't know any better.
Yeah, it's just sad. I think, you know, here's what I will say. Don't cancel this guy. Let him keep talking.
Yeah.
I'm an advocate for shining a light on idiocy. So, look, you're sitting down with somebody who judges groups of people, okay? When you're like, all blacks are this, all Jews are this, all whites are this, all Mexicans are this. That's a very dangerous predicament to be in, okay? And this is somebody that Kanye West has aligned himself with. And that's a very tough needle to thread when you're Kanye, because he's like, love the anti-Semitic stuff that you had talking about, Nick, but I'm just going to look the other way about the black stuff. So if there's anything that we can say about Kanye, is obviously no fan of Jews, but loves blacks. So how do you advocate for someone like Nick Fuentes that basically is like, ugh, black people, ugh, can't believe it. It's like, how do you
I think it's just
congregate around that?
I think it's not even so much what they're having the attitude about. I think it's more so just the way of like behaving, like that whole mindset of like, okay, maybe I don't hate the same type of people as you, but I understand that feeling of like hating a specific group of people. So I think maybe that's where they feel like they relate, even though not necessarily on the same things. It's just the way it's structured. I think they agree with, which, I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, so, you know, you're more than welcome to do that. I think what you got to be very careful is when you have those type of controversial guests on and you agree on certain things, you have to do a very good job explaining yourself, because you can see that clip from Pearl and instantly be like, ugh, you know, this, you know, have an opinion about her and you don't know anything about her. It is kind of a real tough thing that she did say, you know, both of them, because with history, you know, there's proof that, you know, Holocaust took place and slavery took place, and they're both horrible things, you know. So to kind of downplay it, to kind of get your point across, can offend people, and you know, for the right reasons. You know, you've had family that, you know, did pass away from the Holocaust, so you know, people who maybe have more of an immediate relationship with that whole experience, they take a lot of offense to that. So, but that, you know, that comes with the territory of saying bold statements, you know, putting your opinion out there. You're going to have certain things where people are going to push back at you. You may say something that didn't come out the way you wanted it to, and, you know, that's just kind of how you have to deal with it. But, I mean, that's what happens when, you know, you got freedom of speech. You have the freedom to say what you want.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. So
Yeah.
look, here's my message. I think at the end of the day here, a lot of people out there are trying to cancel Pearl now,
Yes.
or call her a racist, or basically say, you know, that she is taking advantage of people, or she has a lot of black people that work for her that are basically up in arms about this. I get it. This is my opinion now. I think Pearl is a good person. I do not think that she's racist.
Yeah.
She has not shown us
Yeah.
anything like that. I think she's a person that is open to sitting down with anybody. But sometimes when you're open to sitting down with anybody, you get sat next to somebody that is going to make you look very bad. Okay? Nick Fuentes is asked to be on Valuetainment multiple times.
Yeah.
multiple times. We said, do we really want to give this person a platform? We're not anti giving them a platform. We're just not pro giving this person a platform. I'm not ruling it out. You know, I think it would be hypocritical for us to say we would never have a platform. That's not what I'm saying whatsoever. It's just, are these the conversations that we really want to have with somebody?
Correct.
And the lies and the peddling of myth truths that are out there. So I'll tell Pearl this. She's 26, okay? Everybody's entitled to some mistakes. It's not like she was the one making these atrocious comments, but she is the one basically giving him a platform. And I don't think there's wrong with that. So for all of you that basically were Pearl fans and now you hate Pearl, lighten up on the girl. She's
Yeah.
26 years old. She's rose to stardom very fast. She's kind of grappling it all. We've had some private moments out there where I had to give her a hug, where she was basically going through some emotional stuff. She's young, she's learning, and she'll get better. I guarantee you that. She is somebody that has a thirst for knowledge, that is inquisitive, and generally has a good heart. I'm saying that for somebody that sits with a whole host of people from all along the political and social economic spectrum.
Right.
So I'll also say this to Pearl. Sometimes you just kind of need to stay in your lane.
Yeah.
You know, they say that the riches are in the niches. Pearl, you're killing it by talking about relationships and red pill concepts and feminism. Maybe you don't dip your toes into slavery,
Just yet.
anti-Semitism, white supremacy. Maybe that's not for you. But if it is for you, just be prepared for that backlash.
Right.
But just to be abundantly clear, I like Pearl. I support Pearl. I don't think Pearl's a bad person.
Correct.
Everyone's entitled to some mistakes. And as a Jew, and as somebody that loves black people, I will say that I think Pearl is a good person, and I don't think she's in the wrong here. And I will defend Pearl to people that want to say otherwise. That's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. So if you like that clip, click right here to watch another, or if you want to watch the entire Sozcast, click right here.